complete. Please ensure the integrity of your multi-purpose exploration suit is at 100%. Remember, efficiency first. Godspeed. Welcome to Planet Massage 2 ABB, your designated sector in the binary star system of accu-force. I am Ada, also known as Artificial Directory and Assistant, tasked to support pioneers, such as you, in their mission. You are the third of your sector to survive planetfall. Congratulations. Note: objective-based introduction initialized. Welcome to onboarding. First objective: please dismantle the drop pod. The resulting materials will be repurposed to construct a habitat and utility base, from now on referred to as the hub. Note: Fix-It Incorporated is cost-effective and efficient. We do not waste. Second objective: please ensure you have your Fix-It Incorporated Xenozapper equipped before leaving the drop zone. Note: according to Fix-It regulations, every pioneer should have access to a means of defense against extraterrestrial threats. Third objective: please familiarize yourself with the resource scanner to find iron. Note: the acquisition of iron is considered essential in preparation for all future objectives.
Hi guys and girls. So I'd let Ada finish giving her speech. Yeah, this is Satisfactory, not Factorio. But you could assimilate it very closely, since it's basically Factorio in 3D, and I don't think it's going to attack me. So yeah, I played the test weekend. I had an 11-hour save game. Yep. And yeah, it was pretty awesome, but not really proud of what I built. It was kind of just lay it out and get it working. I kind of used my techniques from Factorio, and really this game kind of building stuff kind of feels better if you space things out and use the landscape, and kind of, you know, you can make things look really nice. So I've chosen the forest spawn biome, and yes, this is new to me. I haven't seen this. This wasn't the biome that was available in the test weekend. But yeah, there's another one of those plants. I think they just emit some gas, just makes you stay away from them. But yeah, you don't want to get too close. This bumbling great thing, that's harmless. Has a very strange face. Almost like a sloth or an eagle or something, with a whale's body and the legs of a giraffe, but he's got barnacles on them, or what looks like barnacles. Anyway, so Ada's going to do a lot of talking, so I'll probably stay quiet during all of that, because it is interesting to know what she's saying. And the technology tree
Initial scans reveal coloring properties in the flower petals. Further analysis required. Okay, so in the test weekend you're allowed to research the trees of 0 technically to 3, and there are I think 10 in total in the finished game, but you're allowed to go up to 6 in this early access version I'm playing now. So that's 3 more tiers that I didn't experience, and the tiers I did experience I didn't really fully exploit. So I got to a point where I could change the way the power supply worked, but I knew I only had a few hours left of the week. I was even playing it on the Monday for a good few hours, and yeah, I thought I'd just leave it until, because I know I'm going to start again. I'm not going to carry on with that save. You can see me picking up lots of leaves here. Going to be using those for power. Power stations can be run on biomass. Well, there are power stations that run on biomass, and power stations that run on other materials, which you unlock later. But initially you want to be grabbing lots and lots of leaves. Never have too many. Find yourself having to go out every now and then to grab lots of leaves. Now, a feature of this biome is that it has lots of leaves, but it's very uneven ground, so it makes building difficult. But I thought it would make building interesting, since building on flat ground, yeah, it's a bit boring. It's not as challenging either, even though this is my first proper play through this game. Well, I say play through, it's only till tier 6, so it's a bit like a extended version of a test weekend, and I'm not limited to a weekend, which is great. So I'm not sure how long my episodes of this will be, just until I guess I feel it's right, maybe an hour. But what I do know is I want to take it slowly and plan what I'm doing, and not just slap something out and have to live with the fact that it's a pain to work with and navigate through. I want to be considering roads and pathways so you can drive through factories or walk through factories. Yes, drive. There are. Ooh, it's a slowly alien doing some kind of moonwalk. Let's see if he walks away again. But yeah, I want the factory to be. I don't want it to be a burden. I don't want things to be constantly be in my way. Oh, he's walking again normally. Yeah, this is obviously early access. Whoa, hello, there's another one. I saw in their drop video, I watched the countdown which they streamed on the developers Coffee Stain. They did a countdown stream to the access of this, and at the end they showed a launch trailer, and it was brilliant, really good trailer, and it was lots of little clips of really cool stuff happening in this game. And one of them was somebody attacking one of these with some kind of, almost like a lightsaber or something. Probably wasn't. But it's a very short clip, so I didn't get too much of a shot of it. It was a live stream. And then also, it was they were knocking them over with the tractor vehicles that you can build. So, don't know how it's going to be that evil, but hey, if we need to get rid of one and it's in the way or what have you, and maybe we'll consider it. But yeah, you got some interesting spines here, like, I'm not quite sure how they would have formed, but this is an alien planet, so who knows. We've got nearly 2,000. Wow. Yeah, weren't lying about the abundance of leaves. As I said, we literally can't have too many at any point in the first few tiers until we can get to a different material to fuel our power supply, preferably something that's mineable infinitely. So I believe the mining spots in this game are infinite supply, which is okay. But first we will be mining manually and then using a portable mining machine. So it's not like you jump straight to the factory stuff straight away, which is good. You build into it nice and slow. And that's what the series is going to be about. It's going to be about going slow, appreciating the game, and trying to do things properly. So yeah, a bit of a chill out thing. But yeah, if you want to join me, I welcome you all along. So, ideally we need to stumble across some ore, some deposits where we can set up a mining system in a while and work out where we want to set up our hub, our main base building from which we can research and build stuff by hand and basically begin our production, our development into building factories and getting everything available we need. Build the things we need whilst we're out doing things like this.
This consumable possesses minor healing properties. Further analysis required to establish object scanner identification.
So yeah, we can, once we've placed our hub and we've upgraded it a bit, we'll have a little research lab that we can put in samples of things we found on the landscape and learn things and gain new technologies from them. Is definitely what we will need. So yeah, the game has a day and night cycle as it did in the test weekend, and we have a torch, I believe. Okay, that's the wrong button. Oh, no, we don't have a torch yet. No shortcut key for it at the bottom. Still haven't unlocked it. So I guess that encourages you to try and get your hub down quickly, but I don't want to just plonk it anywhere. I need to find somewhere we know we can get some resources out over here. Deposit, or is that a node, or is it just a deposit? A node being a place where you can put a miner to get ore consistently, or a deposit is just like a one-off rock, which I believe this is. So if we mine this, it will eventually just disappear. Whereas a node will have one of these on top, and you'll mine it till it disappears, and then you can place a miner on top of where it was, and it will be surrounded with that colour stone or metal on the floor, which you will see eventually. Hopefully we'll find something, a small quarry or something we can work with at least. And one thing I really appreciate in this game is the views, and not just the landscape and the nature, which is pretty awesome, but also if you can position things such as your hub in a nice place, you can get some pretty awesome views over your work and not have to struggle by building off the floor all the time. I'm hoping to get my hub off on a ledge looking over the basically the factory, so find somewhere that's going to make or complement that factor. But first we need to actually find some ore deposits. I feel like we're wandering around lost in the woods right now, which, yep, essentially we actually are. I haven't seen these before. Just ornamental. What's that? Bush. Look at this. That's pretty awesome. Is that the desert biome? Perhaps, yeah, we're at the edge of the forest. This map is 30 kilometers square, so there's a lot of places we can build. Imagine building up on some of these cliff ledges. Someone out there's going to do that, there's no doubt. People see the most difficult place to build a factory, and they will build one there, just for the screenshots. But yeah, great screenshots they will be. I'm not going to start by going into anything that difficult. I like to get a nice, slightly challenging landscape and just get going. I have a few ideas as to how I want to build things and arrange systems, but yeah, I definitely want to try and keep power separate. Oh, that sounds like fluffy tailed hog. Oh, that's slightly different. Oh, they've updated the model. Damage to fixing property protection. Yeah, it's just been attacked, and the company sent a message saying stop some damage. Okay, 3 hits usually to kill them.
Studying the remains of this creature might shed light on how to defend yourself in the future. I recommend analysis.
Yeah, I will do once I get there. That's not for a little while yet. Find some kind of iron deposits, that's for sure. Iron nodes, that's definitely what we need right now. Do is picking up some more fruit for health. We're bound to be attacked again, there's no doubt. What have we got over here? More fruit. We could do with healing ourselves a little. That little battle we have. Okay, and always remember, rearm yourself, because you get caught out and you've got to go into here and then drag it over, and by this time you'll be whacked about 3 times. It'd be nice if there was a hotkey for that, but hey, never mind. It's definitely not as easy to find nodes in this biome as it is at least in the temperate biome, the one in the test weekend. They weren't too close, but there were a fair amount of different areas. I found a really nice quarry which had 3 3 iron deposits on one side and 3 on the other, and then a limestone and a copper. It was like perfect. But I decided to go for a different biome on this playthrough, so it's all new again to me. It's going to bite me or something. It looks like it wants to go ham. Here, it's shiny. I can't see myself reflected in it. Come on, Unreal. That's brave. I'm up to 3,200 leaves now. Wow, yeah, quite a few. Oh, lots of wood too. Okay, I'll stop picking up leaves for now. I'm not sure if they respawn in this. They did in the test weekend, I believe, but I heard good old Catherine of Sky saying that they might not now, so we'll see. Hearing snarling. There's a fluffy-tailed hog. Now, we don't want to avoid these because we will need to use their carapaces. These things. We will need to use them to research a gun, which is going to be very useful to us because these are basically the easiest enemies I've come across. Some of them have projectile attacks, like fireballs they look like, and they take about 6 hits with this stick. At least adjusted the AI for them. Obviously they will have made changes since the test weekend, based on the feedback from the community. Look at that view. It's gorgeous. And if you don't know, this is a completely handcrafted level. The entire map is made lovingly by people, not ones and zeros, because that never really works out. If you've ever played No Man's Sky, especially at the beginning, crikey, it was awful. Procedural generation was just wild, but in a wild in the way of just not nice to look at. It was just radical. Definitely not a human point of view of what a planet would look like. Heard that game's quite good to play now, No Man's Sky. I've seen some videos on its recent updates, but I'm not really interested after what happened when it came out. It was a total sham. Anyway, this isn't about No Man's Lie. Another fluffy-tailed hog somewhere. Such a cutesy name for something that's actually quite vicious. Where are you then? Come out from the bushes! Well, still haven't found any. Not even just one lousy limestone node. No minerals. This looks like you can traverse it on foot. Oh, there's some limestone there, but I'm full of leaves. Anything we can drop? We just need to. Say we just need to find a hub. Yes, I'm trying a position for our hub. That's what I'm trying to do, but you can't just put it anywhere. There's no point putting it where there's no resources. And what was the point of this? Is it just for that for limestone? It's not even there. So here. That was a bit strange. Normally, if you would make somewhere accessible, you'd have somewhere worth getting to, but obviously not there. No wonder this is the third biome on the list, presuming that that means that it's by difficulty, because this is a proper gooseneck. They run faster now, I believe. Made them even harder. I bet some people who just want to make conveyor belts will really struggle with those, especially with just a melee weapon. Oh, yeah, literally it's so full now. Right, come on. We have to find something worth putting our hub down for, because we have no more space. We could always just drop some leaves. We're not going to need as many as we actually have straight away. Just picking them up by habit. Nope, is that another turbine? Jumping pretty high. See him coming. Need about 11 of these carapaces to unlock the gun. Right, let's get some health now before it's too late. We haven't even got a hub yet, so I'm not sure if we could respawn. We do have to bear in mind. This is an unknown biome to me, and there could be way worse baddies we could stumble across. Just hope we find something we can use. Oh my god, talk of the devil, and he shall appear. A new enemy, I have no idea what that is capable of, or what kind of health it has, so I'm just going to leg it. And looks like a more open area here. Potentially we could find something we can use. Such a nice biome. Almost like it's changed slightly out here. It's more like a temperate biome, but we've still got the glowing mushrooms. Very nice. Ways. They're like natural street lights. Very cool. I'd love for our factory to run through here. Hopefully, at the bottom of here there'll be something we can use. There's a twinkling then. Oh. And here, some sort of animal breathing. Let's just do one. So well made. Like our hub could go up there. If only there's like something down here we can use. A nice pond and potentially a river somewhere. Yeah, there's a fountain, there's a river. Fountain. Waterfall, I mean. It's all sort of sloping downhill here. Does that mean there might be some more chance of minerals? I don't know what I based that on, but hey. Well, sure enjoying the pretty views, but I would sure like to also get on with it. But I'm not setting up camp where it's not worth it. It's just not worth it. But this sure is prettier than I expected for a forest. What have we here? Pure limestone. So we are going to need lots of limestone to build concrete. So, oh, can't pick anything up. So right, we have limestone here. What we got over here? Something else? Just iron. More limestone, a normal node. So that would give us, I think it's half the amount per minute of the limestone itself. Pure is 120 per minute. Normal was 60 per minute, and impure is 30 per minute, I believe. So on Wikipedia earlier. Yeah, so really we need to base our hub around iron, because the majority of hub upgrades require iron-based products and some copper-based products. So copper we can afford to go and find, but we really want to find somewhere to put our base where there's iron. Now this looks like either iron or copper. 2 nodes, potentially, or a node and a deposit. Oh, that's a node as well. Let's take on the natives. Backwards and jump to get here. Should be able to avoid injury. Yes, that works. So I've worked that out when I was playing on the weekend. And these are iron, pure iron. Ah, fantastic. So we need to drop some leaves. Let's just eat our last fruit, our pale berry. It's frozen. Whoop, there we are. So that, and then we can put our stick, our Electro Zappery Jobby, Xeno Zapper, back in our hand. Now we have a free slot and we can pick up some iron. Oh, actually, yeah, we can just place down our hub now anyway, so.
Fourth objective, build the hub. Note, to complete this objective, the resources salvaged from the drop pod will be consumed. Caution, ensure the hub is built on spacious open terrain close to the presence of iron sources. Failure to do so will likely result in non-optimal progress.
So, this is definitely where we want to be starting up. We shall see what kind of node this is as well. Hopefully pure. Yes, got 2 pure nodes. That is what you want. Right, so we don't need to worry about taking it off yet because we don't have any miners to put on it. At least not the kind of miners where you have to remove the middle rock. Right, so let's put our hub down. Finally. I don't know, it's a nice walk through the forest. Quite pretty and nice bit of exploring. Why not? So I definitely want to put it up high. I don't care if I have to run around the place. I want it out of the way, but I want it close by with a nice view. So something like this might be quite nice. It's not dead flat and there's stuff in the way. Perhaps on the other side, just above the nodes. Round the trees and over the hills. Oh, this is a bit of a mission to come from off the floor. Perhaps to start with, we'll just place it down here nearby. And once we start expanding, and I've got access to the jump pads and jelly landings, where we can get up to there quickly. Then we'll do that. So let's put the hub in here. Why not? Out of the way in the corner. So grab the hub. And see if it'll let us. There. Okay, yeah, that looks good. Can we just walk up onto it? No, we have to jump onto it.
Congratulations, you have unlocked Hub Feature Manual Craft Bench. Hub Feature Hub Terminal. 5th objective, Hub Upgrade, Storage and Power. Note, the craft bench and hub terminal are essential for progression to the next objective.
Okay, so this is the basis for our hub. And we have a sort of sub-tier of research, tier 0, to basically conclude its construction. So we'll have access to everything that it is capable of. And then from there we can start accessing other buildings and features to use, mechanics, stuff like that. It's all kind of, well, it's all locked to start with. But yeah, there's a lot to do, that's for sure. A lot to do. Even this can take over an hour most of the time. That's really good, I guess. So we want hub upgrade 1, which will give us all of this stuff. So craft bench, equipment workshop, smelter. We want portable miners mostly, and give us access to make copper stuff as well. Xeno Zapper is already unlocked, so we can make it at the equipment workshop. Okay, so we'll select that. We want some 10 iron rods. Now we picked up a bunch of iron ore, which which we can make into iron ingots with the crafting table. We'll just go ahead and make all of these up. Okay. And then we can make some iron rods. Okay, I think that's enough. Yep. So shift click to fill that in and upgrade the hub. Okay, so we've put up a little bit more and we've got our personal storage box, which is what we really wanted at the moment. And
Congratulations,
we have
you have
power.
unlocked Hub Feature Biomass Generator. Hub Feature Personal Storage. Scanner Feature Copper. New equipment, buildings and blueprints, which can be found in the workshop when built, build menu, and craft bench respectively.
Okay.
Sixth objective, Hub Upgrade, Construction. Note, connect buildings to a generator for power. Note, buildings such as the smelter require a blueprint to be set. Advice, automate the smelting process and use portable miners for optimal results.
Okay, so again we just need to upgrade our hub that much more, but at this stage we can start adding a few more buildings. So let's put this as our milestone. So our next upgrade will allow us 2 more inventory slots, give us constructors to assemble stuff from ingots, power poles so we can make a power system to power our machines, biomass which we can use as fuel. You convert wood or leaves into biomass. We can set up machines to do that for us as well, which just means we can dump all of our leaves and wood that we found out in the wilderness into a storage container, and it will feed the machines and they will convert it to biomass. And concrete we will need, that's for sure. Screws, reinforced iron plates, pain to make, but they are very useful later on. And we can upgrade to, we can scan for limestone with this upgrade as well. So select that as our milestone for now. We've got enough rods. You can double click, I didn't realise you can double click as well, and it will fill in everything. I usually shift click. Okay, so right now we need to put down some personal miners, and to do that we're going to need to get some more by hand mining. We also want to put down our equipment workshop. Do we have enough? No, we need to get some more iron. One button. They've added more music, or it's different music because it's a different biome. The soundtrack on the test weekend was really good. Synths, really nice feel, but it's sort of got a little bit repetitive. But right now it's not really a tune, it's kind of ambient moaning of organs or something. But yeah, it's good that there's some more variety, that's for sure. We'll go for 150. And we'll make all of those into ingots. So yeah, eventually we'll have machines doing this for us, and we'll have an infinite supply of all the parts. Hoping to do kind of shopping mall, a bit like Catherine of Sky does on Factorio, so we have a place where we can just go to a number of storage containers and just get anything we need that we're making with our factory, or a specific factory that supplies a mole, and then from there we'll make other factories that supply things like the space elevator and other things we might have to work with. And hopefully in some ways they will interchange and connect together. Also we'll be doing a vehicle system where we have vehicles delivering things from far away. That will be quite interesting to see, especially in this biome. We have the small tractor, but then later on I've seen you get a much bigger transport vehicle, which I'm pretty interested to see what it's like and drive. But yeah, that's quite a long ways off yet, so we have plenty of way to go. Now, we need some iron plates. Let's put those in, and we need some wire, which will require us to find some copper and ore, which, well, now we have placed the hub, we have a waypoint to come back to, so at least we're not going to get lost now. So let's hunt. Just go wandering off into the woods and see what we find. Oh, can we scan? We can scan. What about that? Boom. We were pretty much there. Not sure if this will be a node or not. Oh, looks like it. 1,000 meters away in that direction as well. This one will do fine. And it's pure. Oh, hello. An inhabitant. Boom. Okay, we've got quite a few carapaces already. 8, we just need 2 more, or 3 more I think actually. Okay, so let's get some of this copper. Okay, let's get some more. Let's remember which direction this is. We don't have beacons available yet. Beacons you can unlock and build and place them down just as basically waypoints on the sort of HUD radar up there. A bit of this as well, I think. Saves coming back too often. But that's very good that it's a pure node. They might be far apart, but they are decent nodes, that's for sure. Shame it's only one, but we should only need one. I mean, in my experience over the test weekend, iron 2 to copper 1 as a ratio was kind of about right. I think a lot of the way that this map was handcrafted benefits the fact that it kind of is built around making things a little simpler rather than giving you too much or too little of something. I do like a challenge, but it is nice when things are going to work somewhat your way. So let's go back and know that that's a reference. Lots of white trees. I don't think it's actually that far. Just across the way here. Is it the moon? Oh, the moon's probably moving. Yeah. We should be able to find... Well, we can use the scanner, of course. Must remember the features of the game. We were not actually playing the game. So yeah, this would be our initial power station. Make some of these copper ore parts into ingots, all of them. Again, it will be fantastic when we've got an infinite supply of these, you know, just spewing out into a storage container, because no one want to play a game where you have to do this constantly, even though I guess they did back in the old days, in the good old days. Yeah, so getting through them. Yes, there will definitely be a need for a lot of wire. Not so much cable I've found, but definitely in unlocking technology you need a lot of wire. Thousands of them. Okay, so we'll basically make them all into wire because that's the only thing you can make copper into that I know of, initially at least. So there's no point in not making them all into wire. You then make cable out of wire, so who would have guessed? Such an exciting game. Nearly there. And relax. Okay, so we got just over 500 wire. We only needed 50, but as I said, there's no point keeping it as copper ingots. You might as well turn it into wire. So we're not requiring any power yet, but we are requiring an equipment bench so we can build ourselves a portable miner, or 10. The wrong button, so equipment workshop. Now where should we put this? I'm going to try and at least make things look half decent, so I'm not afraid to take a while to figure out where my placement will be. Now we will be able to unlock fairly soon watchtowers or lookout towers, so you can get a perspective from above. But you can also climb on top of stuff like this. I think there's an invisible ladder here. Oh no, I'm just going to jump up. There was an invisible ladder there in the test weekend. So at least we can see a little bit better here. So let's perhaps just go from here. Leave enough space for us to park our tractor in the middle. Always, well, you don't always have to think of future building because you can just pick stuff up and move it. If you delete anything that you've placed, you get all the resources back that you used. There's no loss or anything, so don't panic about worrying to where you're going to place stuff too much. It's just a bit of a pain when you have to redesign a huge section just for one small fact, one small thing. Right, so portable miners, we will need some cable for these, so with our abundance of wire, we shall make some. Perhaps we'll make 50. Okay. 50 cables. And how many will that? We can make 2. So we need some more iron plates. Do we have any ingots left? Oh yes, we do. So we'll finish off making all of our ingots into plates. Iron ingots, iron plates. And that's all of them. Okay, 12. I think we'll just make them all. Because we will need them. You need portable miners in the crafting of automated miners. Now we only have space for 5. So we should put some of our petals, like things we found on the ground, we'll put those in the storage container. We'll be able to build another of these containers, or as many as we want at some point soon. Leaves in as well. Yeah, okay, that should give us enough room. Okay, nearly enough. Tender's fine. So we're going to place these down. Oops. We'll do one there. Come back with one there. And another one here. And then we'll go over to our copper and do the same, 3 down. Of course we can recover them again before we put down an automated miner. So just running this way, yeah, I think it's over there. On that ledge. This game did used to have a third-person camera. As the Coffee Stain, the developers released a video of a video basically showing off the game in 2017, and it looks a lot different then. It's come a long way. It's definitely a lot nicer to look at, and yeah, back then he was going in between the third person camera, which looks like they've got rid of it. He was pressing middle mouse buttons to do that. One of the things I was dead sure I was going to try out as soon as they released the early access after I saw that video. So yeah, we'll put 3 down. Yeah. And I think we'll put the excess miners into the personal storage container because we won't use them just yet. We'll let these all be going and see more. Cool animations, very cool. It's all in Unreal Engine, so you'd expect them to put time in to use all of its amazing features. Looking good. Wow, they fill up quickly. You only hold 100. Be any quick way to empty them. Have to go into the menu. Get a bit more. That's good. Nice. Back to the base. There is of it. So we will have to have conveyors bringing it over to start with, because we won't be able to get the automated vehicles for a while. Have to have built the space elevator and completed the first phase of that, I think, before you get vehicles. Can we go through this gap? Yeah, thank you. Okay, so all the copper ingots, so we haven't got any space. Put the leaves, and petals, wood. Oops, that's copper. We want that. Bauxite. We haven't. I haven't come across a use for. Oh, turn into aluminium ingots. Ooh, I guess that's quite a rare one then. So also we'll put in the portable miners. We don't need those now. We'll keep one on us just in case we find something out in the wilderness. Sort the inventories, get up some space, and yeah, that's looking better. So let's make all these copper ingots. This might take a while. I'm trying to make these videos so that I won't be editing them. I'll just leave them as they are. So when there's parts like this, I'll have to talk, and it will probably be a load of rubbish. But hey, that's what this channel's all about. So yeah, anyone who's played Factoria will know how, or anyone who's enjoyed Factoria will know how interesting games like this can be. And being that this is all Unreal Engine and beautiful 3D graphics with the kind of supply chain mechanics, it's one of those games that not only is fun to play, it's just fun to look at as well. It's kind of incorporates beauty in with the whole production line theme, which is great. I love the freedom of it being first person. And yeah, it's very nice, very nice, very nice. Nice. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how we can develop the factory and get on into the later tiers, because there are some very interesting things I've seen, such as steel and plastic, and yeah, so I'm not sure how plastic will be made. I'm not sure, maybe we'll find oil deposits like the way you make plastic in Factorio and real life, of course. So assuming there will be some kind of oil, although there's no pipes, and it's kind of been a meme of theirs that there's no pipes, because people have asked relentlessly if there are going to be pipes, and yeah, they use any opportunity they can to troll the community, because I guess that's just their way of loving us. I think it's hilarious. Half the time it's great. Sometimes it's a little cringe, but yeah, absolutely love the fact that they're quite unafraid to take the piss a little bit, if you excuse me. Okay, nearly there. Oh, that was a lot of copper, and it was produced very quickly by those miners. So, as I say again, as I said before, I mean, we can make all of these into wire because there's nothing else worth keeping it for. And wire condenses down to 500 stacks, but it also is made into stacks 3, but that's still more compressed than keeping it in ingots. The 3 to 5 factor. Does that make sense? Diddly do, diddly dee. Why are you taking so long? Sorry. Nearly there. And there we have it. Okay, so let's see what we need for this. Oh, we didn't actually click upgrade. So now we have the building sort of built up. Still have the 1 power station.
Congratulations.
Nothing in here.
You have unlocked Scanner Stone. New buildings and blueprints, which can be found in the build menu and craft bench respectively.
Nice textures.
7th objective. Hub upgrade, conveyor belts. Note:
Okay.
use power poles to expand the power network for optimal results. Note: constructors are capable of constructing copious parts, of which only one type at a time.
All power poles. How fun, the power poles. Yeah, there is a specific way to using those, and yeah, it can be a bit confusing at first, but there is a way that makes it easy, and it also makes it pretty interesting, rather than just putting them here, there, and everywhere. Hate to compare Factorio again, but I'm going to do it. You could put them wherever you want, as long as they were within range of the target building that you wanted powered, that was fine. But with this, each power pole can only have 4 connections to something, and that's it. And you have to make lines like power backbones, like spines, and you'd have branches coming off that can feed certain amounts of machines, so you kind of build them as trees. You'll see what I mean when we get going with those. But right now we can now convert all of our leaves and wood into biomass, which is a good thing to do, because not only does it condense the quantity, but it also increases the energy rating. So we'll do all these to begin with. Which just, oh we have some space, so let's put all this wire in. And craft some biomass. I'm a bit of a leaf peeper. But yeah, so another waiting game while we wait for about 125 seconds or something, 2 minutes. But it'll be worth it, because it will mean we have to go out less and collect leaves. So at this we're going to run out of inventory space before we process all of these. Oh, missed. Yeah, that's going to be it on this one, I think. Oh, close. Nearly. Just watching the filling of the inventory there. It's producing more biomass, or smaller stacks of biomass than it are leaves. So we will have to make some more space. But we can just put all this biomass into the chest now. Just put everything in there, really. Most things. And I don't think we can make it from wood yet, so we won't bother with the wood. It didn't have biomass wood there, no, just leaves. So final stint for the leaves. Yes, we haven't even gotten started yet. This is going to be pretty interesting, I think, once we get it all going. But I want to share the entire experience with you, and that includes the start game experience, which is basically doing everything yourself. It just makes getting to the whole automated system era that much more worth it, because you've worked through all of this boringness. I'm not afraid to say it, but look at all that biomass that we have. And the mouse is frozen. Come back. It's not a battery mouse, it's a wired mouse. There we go. Okay, so if we take back the stuff that we were using. Oh, we did have one of those. And then we can put some more of this back in. Okay, so we can get rid of one of those stacks of biomass by just plonking it straight into our power. Our biomass burner, which we're not even using yet, and we can collect the iron ore from these, and do some more crafting. Yes, there's quite a bit of this to start with. Whew. Yep, certainly takes a while. Okay, so keep those ingots for now. Set our next milestone up, which, excuse me again, that will allow us conveyor poles, which is places where you can force conveyor belts to go, such as a position and a height, and conveyor belts themselves. Get another inventory slot. Our foundations, which we'll be using not too much, but enough where we need them. Build all your machinery on a big platform or a floor, or you can build ramps to navigate over equipment, and walls. I'm not quite sure I need walls other than aesthetically, but at least we will use some here and there, that's for sure. And I guess that's biomass from wood. So we need to see what we need for this. Just give it everything we have so far. Doesn't want rods or wire, but yes, we are looking pretty good. We can get all of this ore. And go around the loop again. But yeah, I'm going to end the episode here, because this is all just boring stuff, and I think before I start the next episode I'll get everything. Well, no, actually, no, sort of. I'm going to keep you in the whole loop. We're going to experience the whole thing together. So yeah, thanks for joining me, and I hope you're as excited as I am, or at least a little bit, because there's all sorts out there to explore and all sorts here to research. And yeah, it's going to be a ride. Once we get it going, we should get some pretty cool automation on the go. So yeah, thanks for joining me, guys and girls. See you in the next Satisfactory episode. Bye bye.